What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. So we're gonna watch and react to this absolutely hilarious interview between Don Lemon and this woman right here. Now, just to give you some background, this woman is a legal immigrant into this country, and she noticed that Don Lemon was doing street interviews with mostly people that he agrees with or agrees with him. And I think she overheard some of the conversations, and she stopped him and asked, hey, why don't you have conversations with people with different opinions? So we're gonna get into this because she's gonna absolutely cook this guy, because he's asking her questions as if he knows more than she does, but she's the legal immigrant into this country who's gone through the immigration process, which is hilarious. And she's going to absolutely school him and demolish him. I mean, this is probably one of the worst interviews that Don Lemon has done. And I mean, he's doing this because, one, he has to pay the bills, right? And he says it himself in the beginning part of this little segment here. Just listen to this quick little part.
Let me see these ladies. Now is the time. Go over. Hi, guys. Go to the link. How are you? Can we talk to you?
We're court employees. We can't talk on camera, but
Hey, what's up? Why can't you talk?
Because we court employees.
And you have a First Amendment.
No, they're not at work. Wait till we get off
You're
the
like,
court.
I got to pay my bills,
I
boo.
don't want to get in trouble.
All right, I understand that. I understand that.
He gotta pay them bills, boo. That white man is not paying the bills for him. He's not providing, right? Anyway, so this is where part of the interview that I was talking about, where he runs into this this lady that is a legal immigrant into this country, and you're gonna notice how she approaches him, because she's basically gonna say, hey, why don't you have conversations with people with different opinions? And let's get straight into it. But before we do, guys, hit the like button down below. It really helps the channel out. Of course, if you're brand new, consider hitting subscribe. Let's get into it.
All right. So if there's a link there, so you grab the link, and that's it. Is that what happens? You want to grab the link?
She wants to talk to you. She said you need to talk to people that have.
Okay.
It would be nice to hear different points of view and not just
This-
those that
this-
are for the mayor.
Oh, that we're not doing a thing on people who are for the mayor. He's a mayor of the city, and we just want to know
Okay.
what's happening with immigration. Okay, so
No, I'm not really, but I'm just saying, you know, we're from Kansas City,
okay,
but originally from Mexico, so I kind of know what's going on.
okay, but you don't live in Chicago.
No, we don't live in Chicago,
Okay, all right. Well, thank you. It's nice to meet
but
you.
we are for immigration, though. I mean, they have to do it legally, and they have to do it the right way. Mexico right now is doing mass deportations on all the people that stayed illegally.
Right.
Because that's how you manage a country. And it's not about hating people, myself as an immigrant. It's just about doing things the right way.
Yeah.
You know,
I understand that, but we don't like people being roughed up. America doesn't do that. America's about due process. And if you're going to come to this country, of course you need to do it legally, you need to follow the things. But in America, if you're going to go and pick someone up, you have to have due process. You've got to have a warrant. You've got to show them that there is a reason to do it. There is, you know what I'm saying? And so maybe in Mexico that's different, but we don't beat our people up here.
That's not how it works. That's not going through the legal immigration process. Is the due process. It's essentially like a legal process. It's a court process, and that happens when you seek asylum. That's literally what you're going through, the due process. When you apply for a visa, when you apply for asylum, when you apply for a green card or a citizen, you're going through that. That is the due process within itself. So you going around it and coming into this country and avoiding that process, you've already avoided that due process. See, and the burden of proof when it comes down to citizenship is on the individual, not the government, right? You have to prove, if there's suspicion that you're in this country illegally, you're the one that has to prove that you have the legal right to be here, whether it be a birth certificate, a passport, a green card, a visa, right? That's exactly how it works if you were to go to another country. If you go to Mexico and they suspect that you've overstayed your visa, they don't need to arrest you and go to court and go to trial. No, they come to you and say, hey, are you here legally or not? Where's your paperwork? Oh, you don't have a visa? You don't have authorization to be here? You're getting deported. You're going to jail. That's how it works everywhere. But for some reason, Don Lemon believes that it's not a crime to come into this country. And you're going to hear him say that. And he's going to make the argument that even a misdemeanor is not a crime. Like, it's absolutely mind-blowing.
We're not supposed to.
Mexico is in North America, so North America is a continent. So you do have to do things the right way. And anywhere.
But Mexico doesn't go by the same rules that we do. We're the biggest democracy in the country, in the world, and we believe that we treat people humanely here.
No, I get that, and the thing is that when you come from a country that is not the U.S., you really see the blessing coming to a country that has freedom, a country that gives.
I completely agree with you, but you also see the way that you should not treat people. No. And I don't think people are protesting out here because they're upset that they believe that people should just come over illegally. I think they're upset because of the way that they are doing it and that they are not going through the people. If you want to come to...
That's not true. That's not true. These leftists believe that nobody is illegal. They literally say that there is no such thing as an illegal human being. So, no, it's not about the process of them being deported. They don't want them deported at all. They don't believe in borders at all. Don Lemon is absolutely clueless about what his own side believes. The leftists, these Democrats, believe that these people should get mass amnesty. There should be no borders. You should be able to come into this country however you feel like. So what is this guy talking about? It's not the fact that these people are being deported, right? The process and how they're being deported. They're mad that they're even not allowed to come into this country at all. Don Lemon is absolutely clueless. Like, this guy is not smart.
Should not treat people. And I don't think people are protesting out here because they're upset that they believe that people should just come over illegally. I think they're upset because of the way that they are doing it and that they are not going through the people. If you want to come to Chicago and you want to bring in the National Guard, you have to talk to the local officials and get their approval. That's how it works here. And you cannot just pick someone up and say, I'm going to grab you, whether they are undocumented or not,
totally.
Or documented or not.
Others the way that you want to be treated correctly.
Right. So I think that's why people are protesting.
Yeah, and I agree with that. That's good, and that applies anywhere. It doesn't matter what country. That applies everywhere.
I agree.
You want to be treated the way that you want to treat others.
Right. But if you come, you want to do it the proper way. If you want to come.
Exactly. And that's anywhere. So I think that also people need to understand that, because a lot of them have signs that said, no human is illegal. Yeah. But once you enter the wrong way, doing it the proper way, you're breaking the law. And I think that we need to see both sides of it.
That's not a criminal act. And the president is a criminal, and he's in the highest office in the land. Coming over and being undocumented is not a criminal act. It does not deserve someone to be pushed to the ground and handcuffed. It's not. And so if you live, let me just tell you, I just got to be honest with you. If you come from a place like Mexico or whatever, you're from Mexico?
Yes.
If you come from a place like Mexico, you're right. We have amazing opportunities in this country. And the reason we have those is because we have a constitution where we treat people humanely, and we believe in immigration and people coming over. Not everybody comes over and they're going to do it the same way. Sometimes people come over under desperate situations and they need to get out, and we have to understand that. But the reason that we have all these things and that you love America is because people have due process. Is because we don't treat people inhumanely. It's because we don't beat people up. It's because we don't throw people in detention centers in horrible conditions. That's why you love America. If we did that, then we would be the same as the places people are coming from, looking for more freedoms and more opportunities.
I also see a dark side of it, though, because now you see cities like California, Chicago.
You mean Los Angeles? States like California.
Yes, exactly. States like California, with cities like Los Angeles and other parts of California, Chicago, and then you see Portland, and then you see all these other places where people are just breaking the law constantly, and they're just getting a slap on the wrist and send their way.
But
and
where's it? Portland, there's no emergency, there's no crime. In all of these cities that you're talking about, crime is down.
Okay, when you
always have issues with crime in big cities.
When you see those videos on TV of people just going in stores and stealing merchandise and just running out with
that shouldn't happen, but what does that have to do with immigration?
What I'm saying is that it has to do a lot with immigration, because you are saying that crossing illegally is not a crime. They're not breaking the law. That's my thing. If you
It's not
go,
a crime.
Go to Japan and try to do it illegally, and I guarantee you, you're
We
going to
don't live in
shot.
Japan. That's the thing.
Okay, but
Do you want to live on?
It's a crime here. In Japan, it's a crime. Anywhere that has immigration laws is a crime to go in there illegally. Like, I don't understand. It is a crime to come into this country illegally. What is Don talking about?
Under Japanese rule, that
No.
you're making my point. You
No,
don't want to
what I'm
live
trying-
under a dictatorship.
No, what I'm trying to tell you is that America is heading that way because we're only giving slaps on the wrist instead of enforcing the law. So when
There
one
are
little
things that we need to work with, but we cannot brutalize people and not give them due process. Do we need to work on people who don't serve enough time in jail and other things? Absolutely. But that is not the same as immigration. And that, look, I think people should come here the right way. But also, I'm not in a dire situation where I'm going to judge how someone comes in the country when they are in fear of their lives or they have no opportunities. I'm not going to judge how they...
told me the president is a criminal, so that's judging.
No, I'm not judging. That's fact. How's that judging?
Okay, crossing the border illegally is not a crime?
No, it's not a criminal act. It's a
Okay.
misdemeanor.
So why are they being sent back
What?
and saying that they're breaking?
It's not a criminal act. It's a misdemeanor. Bro, like, does he hear himself? A misdemeanor is a category of a crime. You have felonies, you have misdemeanors. Both are crimes. What is this guy talking about?
In the law.
That's the point.
Okay, as somebody that actually,
We don't know if they're breaking the law because they won't tell. There's no due process. Where's the evidence? That's the whole point. And if they are breaking the law, most people will say, okay, then they need to go if they're criminals. But if they're not, why are they being rounded up and sent out? Especially when he promised to deport the criminals. And now he's not doing that.
Yeah, I don't think we're going.
Misdemeanor is not a crime. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
So misdemeanor is not
It's
a
not
crime?
a criminal act. No. If you get charged with a misdemeanor, that's not a criminal
why
act.
get charged at all then? If it's not a criminal act.
Because we have different levels of crime. Everything is not the same.
So it is crime.
No,
It's just
we have
different
we
levels.
have different levels of. No, I shouldn't say crime, but it's not. It's not a crime. You're not breaking the law. I mean, you are breaking the law, but it's not a criminal act.
So it's breaking the law.
It's
No,
breaking the law, but it's
you're
just
not
a
breaking the
different
law.
level
A
of
misdemeanor is not
crime.
breaking the law.
No.
If you're speeding, drinking, get pulled over, DUI.
That's not a criminal act. Well, no.
It's a
If you're
misdemeanor.
speeding, is a misdemeanor.
It's a misdemeanor.
Right.
So it's still breaking the law.
Okay. Well, if you want to qualify that, we're doing semantics.
Because
But
why
what
would
I'm
you
saying,
get pulled over?
but what I'm
Don't
trying
say
to tell you is
semantics.
everything is not the same. It's all not one thing.
But is it the law?
What is it? The law that what?
Is it a law to come
Is
over
there a
legally?
law?
Is there a law?
There are rules that are processes that you should follow. Yeah. So you're breaking rules. You're breaking the rules, but you're not necessarily breaking a law.
So what happens when you break the rules?
Then you suffer the consequences. But the consequences should not. Look, no one is saying no one should suffer the consequences. You guys are getting things mixed up. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna stop it right there. Oh my God, the amount of gaslighting Don Lemon did in this video is legendary. Legendary. I mean, bro, he's gonna sit there and say, you guys are conflating things. This is semantics. No, it's not. It's not. See, the difference and the problem is that Don Lemon and these leftists don't see coming into this country as a crime within itself. For them, you have to have committed a separate crime outside of you coming into this country illegally for them to believe that you should be convicted or deported for being a criminal, right? That's when they're going to categorize them as a criminal, is if they commit a crime after coming into this country illegally. They do not see and believe coming into this country undocumented as a crime within itself. And that's the biggest disconnect there is. And that's why there will never be a common ground whatsoever when it comes down to this issue, is because, like this woman also said, these people, these leftists, believe that no human is illegal. So how do you come? Where is the common ground between people like us that want strict immigration policies, a controlled border, controlled immigration, to people that feel like nobody should be vetted and nobody's illegal? They should just come in here however they want. Where is the common ground in that, right? It would be different if the right was saying things like no immigration. Nobody should be allowed to come in. No more immigration into this country. We're closing our borders, period, right? See, that would be the extreme side of what the right would believe. But that's not where we're at. But the left, they're already at their extreme logical conclusion, which is no borders. Anybody should come in. Hey, it doesn't matter if you're a criminal or not, right? So how do you come to a common ground with one side where they've already reached their logical conclusion, where it could go to the furthest of the extremes, to where on the other side, I mean, that's moderate. You're being logical. Hey, strict border policies, vet everybody, allow people to come into this country, but make sure we know who they are. I mean, it does not get any more simpler and more common sense than that, right? So Don Lemon is a lunatic. The fact that he even sat up here and said that a misdemeanor is not a crime is just absolutely idiotic. I mean, what is the purpose of this guy interviewing these people, right? Because one or two things have to be true. Either he's too stupid and does not know what he's talking about and is completely uneducated, so therefore he shouldn't be talking to people at all, or he knows the truth and he's deliberately trying to mislead and lie people with misinformation and disinformation, right? Those are the only two possibilities. And either one of those conclusions about Don Lemon's intentions are horrible. If you're too stupid to know what the hell is going on and know the laws of this country, don't talk to people about the laws of this country. Or if you do know the laws and you're misleading and lying to people, then you're an evil human being. It's really that simple. So it is very simple, guys. The law is clear and direct. You can't come into this country undocumented. If you come into this country undocumented, unchecked, you don't go to the port of entry, you jump the border, you get smuggled in through a cartel, that is a misdemeanor. It is a criminal offense the first time. The second time, it's a felony. It is a civil infraction if you already have a visa and you overstayed the visa. It's not a criminal offense if you overstay a visa. You already had permission. You just didn't leave when you were supposed to leave, right? So that's, I mean, it's very simple. And these laws have been on the books for years. So if Democrats and leftists hate these policies, why did they not demand Democrats, Joe Biden, when they were in power? Why didn't they demand them to change the laws and change these immigration policies, right? Donald Trump didn't create new immigration policies. He's only enforcing the laws that already exist, that have already existed for years. So these people are, I mean, Don Lemon, I'm glad he's not on television, because he did this for 17 years, lying to people's faces like this on national television in front of millions of people. The damage that he's done is probably irreversible. That's just how I feel. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. Let's talk about this video and this conversation in the comment section. Let me know what your opinions are. And of course, if you're brand new, consider subscribing. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.